And then we can supply them safe.
Could you make any sense out of everything he said? This was like months ago when Hopeless Uzotimba was doing his second term inauguration. Remember? You know the pain. I know some of you have family member pregnant. The day of delivery is pain. God damn it, man. And they were just words too, right? There will be a better for your children education. There's nothing. Nothing. So this is the fate of the Ndigbo in Nigeria, that they have, though they love to, you see what others love to kind of make you feel like in Nigeria as Igbos, is that you don't need Nigeria anyway. You know, they will tell you that the Igbos don't need Nigeria. From the 20 pounds, the Igbos, you know, they rebuilt themselves, and today they are among the wealthiest in Nigeria and Africa today, and all of those things. These are pretty much like trying to, you know, try to internalize your trauma. You're either in or not. That's how it should be. Where you need government presence to further enhance the living standard of the people, to show that you are part of this contraption that they are forcing you to still remain part of. You can't wish that away on, we don't need them, we are better off, we are this and that. But in reality, right, they are responsible for the continued underdevelopment of the region, militarizing of the region, and the continuation of the Cold War, which has brought no one anything good. So to say, you're either in or you're not. That's how it should be. But trying to make it look like we don't need them too. They don't, you know, and all of that. It serves the purpose of what they want it to be like, right? Which is the purpose that don't ever empower them. We don't even know how they manage to get through the booby trap that we put in their path. And there's another thing too, which I observed. Every time that the Igbos are talking about their marginalization, the Biafran war, the killings and the rest of that, you will see other tribes who used to be part of the old Eastern region. That will be the time they too will begin to talk about what they suffered in the hands of the Biafran soldiers, so as to see if they can cancel whatever, what do you call it, the marginalization the Igbos are, you know, sort of publicizing. I don't know if you have noticed that. I have. All right. So not only talking about the fact that if Igboland, the eastern part of Nigeria, which they have cut to size and cut some of them into other parts of the state to make them minorities in Rivers, in Benue, in Kogi, in, you know, Edo, in Delta, and all these places that they cut the Igbos, instead of putting them as, with their land, instead of to put them as part of a region when they are creating their geopolitical zones, right? They politically cut them off. They cut some of them into Benue to make them minority. They cut some of them into Delta to make them minorities. They cut some of them into Edo State to make them minorities. They cut some of them into Rivers to make them minorities. You know, Akwa Ibom, all these areas. So now, the other tribes that are all, they used to be part and parcel of the old Eastern region. So whenever the Igbos are remembering what they suffered in the hands of Nigeria during that cold genocidal war, that will be the time you'll be hearing the Jaws, the Shekiris, the Yorubos, the Anangs, and others like that. We begin to now talk about how the Biafran soldiers came to steal their food, how Biafran soldiers came to kind of attack their village and all of that. And they will give credit to Nigeria for saving them. Have you noticed that? It's always like almost simultaneous time. Like it happens. See, everybody can tell their stories. Because as we speak, in Nigeria today, the only thing that is more democratically shared is the marginalization of everybody. Whether you go to the north, you can see the visible, what do you call it, the visible marginalization of the people, the poverty. Whether you come to the southwest, you can see the abject poverty and underdevelopment in the whole place. If you go to the same Niger Delta areas, you will see the destroyed environment, the water, the land, and the rest of that by Nigeria. If you go to the Igboland as we speak, right, you will see the degeneration, you will see the marginalization, you will see the entire underdevelopment in some of these areas too. So, but people kind of still want to, they want you to shush as Igbos, because the misery, the miserability, or the miserable existence that Nigeria represents seems to have been that we call the shared misery, okay, where everybody just need to remain in the contraption. So if the Igbo speaks, they will say that do they complain? What about this? What about that? What about and all that? In the process, it works for Nigeria. It does. So if you are from the eastern part of Nigeria, you will agree with me that the criminals who are there in the name of one Nigeria, we have them in southwest, we have them all over the place. Now still they, now still they fight the Cold War. I mean, sorry, the genocidal war in your head, where as we stay divided, they stay united. Because see, in true sense of it, right? The criminals in Nigeria come from all the tribes, right? And they are friends. They are friends. And as they say, now the poorest of the poor, now them they fight a tribal war. Now them they do the tribal Olympics and all of that, or ethnic war, or even religious war. The criminals from all these geopolitical zones, as you can put them, right? They are united at the top, dealing us this blow. So, as you know, the likes of Tifnumbu and those who are still going to come after Tifnumbu, they will build on this our gullibility, our division, and every other thing that keeps us in bondage with them. I saw some of them discussing, creating more states. I don't know if you are aware. Yeah, they are creating. They're going to create. I don't know if they will create the state or not, but they are debating creating more states. They want to create Ijebu State. Yeah, Ijebu State out of Ogun State. They want to create Ibadan State out of Oyo State. Are you aware? Here is part of their conversation on that, though, in case if you need to know.
The second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended to create new Oyo State, with Oyo Town as the capital city from Oyo State. Effect consequential change of the name of the remaining part of Oyo State to Ibadan State, with Ibadan City as capital city, and define the local government areas comprising the two states and for related matters, standing in the names of Honorable Adeyemi Akin Adeni and 6 others. Honorable members who recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, October 10, 2024. I now invite Honorable Adeni to move that the bill be read a second time.
Honorable Prince Hakeem Adeyemi, I represent the good people of Afidio, Atiba, Oyo East and Oyo West, and from the Payseta State, Oyo. Mr. Speaker, I rise to stand in for the debate on the bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to create new Oyo State with Oyo Town as the capital city from Oyo State. Effect consequential change of the name of the remaining part of Oyo State to Ibadan State with Ibadan City as the capital city and define for local government areas comprising the two states and for the matters. Mr. Speaker, sir, I so move.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Order, please.
Again is a straightforward request led by 6 members, which I believe must have received the permission of all members of Oyo State caucus, so we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislative.
So if they succeed, we are likely going to then have more governors for more states, more National Assembly members, plus more local government areas, I think, and then more money to feed these gluttons, these glutinous crooks. There will be Anioma State, Ijebu State, Ibadan State, and what others? I think they want to create about 7 or 8 other states. You better go and check if they don't create state for you too. Nigeria does not need more states. The most that people can get to get themselves together is for all of us to go back to our autonomous regions, where people have a lot in common, scrap all these states, right? And let people govern themselves according to their own choosing. And if that is not possible, how about you ask people if they still want to be part of this contraption or not? Yes or no? Yeah, let people decide. Do you still want to be part of Nigeria? Yes or no? Or no, the clowns would rather do this, as it is going to build more jobs for the boys, more shops to be opened. Indeed. Well, I have more to say, but I'm going to keep all of that for later this evening. Okay? However, I think it will go without saying that I am kind of impressed seeing the completed red line rail track in Lagos. I shared a video on Mayogun's Diary Political from last night, and I've seen so much responses on all that. Listen, there are so many questions you can ask, okay, on this kind of a project. But the fact that they've been able to put it up and running, right, will require us showing it so that the rest of the world won't just be like, everything is just gloom and doom. That's not me. On Mayogun's Diary Political, when I see it, I will say it. That is why, most of what we shared on this platform is to raise awareness. It is to show to you what is really going on. And hopefully, there's going to be a change. So if we did see anything that we say, well, this is not bad. I mean, having a train that runs 330 kilometers per hour, that's quite impressive, right? So maintenance culture and other things that you might want to raise about it is all legit, including the underdevelopment of the internal roads, especially in Lagos. Because the reason why we are saying this is that with the amount of rent seeking and taking in Lagos, right, the development of that place should have been so much far better. But the greedy ones are not interested in taking care of the needies. So that's why they say if you can get rid of the greedy, you probably will have a lot to take care of the needy. So on this one, you can give it to them. I saw this last night. Somebody shared it, and I'm sharing it with you too. Mushi train stop in Lagos. This is what it looks like now.
breast is 500. If you are going from
And that's just a Mushi, okay? There are probably like more than 6 other train stops that you will probably wish that remain so, maintenance and all that, okay? Lagos State currently makes over 1.6 trillion naira in revenue generation. That's a lot of money if it's not squandered as usual, right? So you would probably want to see more and more better developed road structure, road network in the state with such amount of money. But yeah, let's say the ones that we have seen, okay, and continue to expose the ones, right, that are not really good, so to say. So on that note, I'm going to draw my curtains like that, and you can join me later this evening when we are going to have a comprehensive, show on Mayegun's Diary Politico. Okay. Until then, remember, you can still like my broadcast or subscribe to my channel. You won't miss anything. If you are among those who no longer get notification that Mayegun is live, especially on YouTube, I advise you check that's your notification setting. Something might have gone wrong. Okay, check it. Set it on again. Set it to all notification. Whatever Mayegun puts up, you want to know. Then you can join us anytime. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. So good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ súnra kì
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.